WWE might have just made a huge mistake by having Sami Zayn cost Kevin Owens the undisputed WWE Championship. Smackdown is over, let's talk about it. So, Kevin Owens versus CM Punk. First things first, let me say this match was incredible. The crowd was electric. We had the announce table get broken, we had Kevin Owens hit a sharpshooter, and oh my god, the false finish where Sami comes out, attacks CM Punk, Kevin hits the stunner, Sami puts the ref back in the ring, and one of the best 2.9999 kickouts I have ever seen from CM Punk. I mean, it was incredible. I really thought the match was going to be over. Then when Sami tried to get Kevin to use the title, I don't understand why he didn't, because he pulled that trigger before with Cody Rhodes. And now that I think about it, it didn't even end up having him win the title, so I guess it does make sense. But it's so unfortunate that that's how it ended, but I loved that Sami just whacked Kevin right in the face with the title, reigniting their feud, and oh my god, their unsanctioned match, I mean, holy Lord almighty. I mean, who doesn't want to see this match again? That I loved after the match, Kevin getting attacked by Sami again, Sami also taking out CM Punk, and Sami ending the show standing tall with the undisputed WWE Championship. Just imagine Kevin Owens wins this title, and then we get Sami versus Kevin in a feud for the title. And there was so many comments on this Twitter post, just people absolutely raging that Kevin Owens didn't win the undisputed WWE Championship. People like, thank God for AEW. SmackDown sucks. Fire your whole creative team. Triple fraud. And it's like, dude, chill out. I think it's still very safe to say he's gonna win the title. Maybe when Kevin wins the title, we could even run a triple threat with Kevin, Sami, and Randy. Like, dude, when CM Punk does inevitably win this title, when Kevin Owens inevitably wins this title, there's going to be so many good matches that he can do. And this Sami Zayn character just keeps getting more and more interesting. I mean, just everything about this main event was incredible. I'm very okay with Kevin Owens not winning because, like I said, I am 100% certain that he is going to win it in the coming months. And the start of the show was kind of different, kind of unique, similar to last week, and I really liked it. The show started immediately with Sami Zayn just arguing with Nick Aldis. I loved it. I loved the justified heel crash outs. Sami Zayn does them so well. And then Randy showed up behind him, and then Cody was in the ring. He said, "Enough! Randy, get your ass out here!" And eventually Randy did come out. However, Big Dick Nick said that if they lay a finger on each other, then they will never challenge for the undisputed WWE Championship again. And they can't touch each other, until Sunday night's main event, basically. But then the promo that followed, oh my god. Both Randy and Cody just had absolutely incredible promos. Randy said he's not the American Nightmare, he's the American Daydream, saying that Cody wouldn't be able to live with himself if he swung that chair last week, saying he's always been a good guy and always will be a good guy. And man, it was such an incredible promo, and probably the most interesting part that got people talking was the ending where Cody said, "That's not a prediction, that's a spoiler." Which is obviously something that Paul Heyman is famous for saying. So the question arises, is Cody Rhodes going to be aligning with Paul Heyman? I think everybody's expecting him to either align with Braun or align with Oba. And I do think Braun needs it more. But imagine Cody Rhodes and Paul Heyman together, especially a heel Cody Rhodes with a heel Paul Heyman. I mean, that would make for some fantastic TV. So I would definitely be down for Cody Rhodes and Paul Heyman pairing, but I do think it would be better if he's with Braun Breaker to help him, become the future of the WWE. Then we had a tag team match between Wepa going up against the champions MFT. Right. I don't know how I forgot that. I was about to say Wepa again. I don't know why, but this was actually a really solid match. Still love the presentation of the MFTs. And I love that it seems like they officially changed their name to the motherfucking Tongans rather than My Family Tree. And of course, MFT ended up retaining. Definitely the right choice. But they had a new finisher called the Red Cross, where Tama, as you can see here, goes like and chops down the knee, and Talatonga hits the big boot. It's actually a pretty good finisher, a pretty good tag team finisher, I'm not going to lie. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what MFT can do with these titles, and it looks like this genuinely might be the start of the revival of the tag team division, because you have Wepa, you have MFT, you have Fraxium, you have the War Raiders, who were shown backstage, watching this match. And now you have both Shinsuke Nakamura and Hiromu Takahashi. They finally revealed who Shinsuke's partner is, but the biggest complaint by me and a lot of people in the Twitter comments, as you can see by the hot take in the top left, his new name is Kyoki, which is a big downgrade from Hiromu Takahashi. I don't even know who the dude is, but just hearing the name Hiromu Takahashi, it gives intimidating vibes. It gives me intensity vibes in the ring. Kyoki is just like, that sounds like a name for a women's wrestler. And it's not like, I don't think his name is copyrighted. So like, WWE could have just used Hiromu Takahashi. And he could have a name that sounds like a women's name. I don't really care, but it's just like such a downgrade. Then there was a segment with Trick Williams, Little Yachty, and Baron Corbin. And they confirmed that we are getting, get ready for this, we are getting Baron Corbin versus not Trick Williams. We're getting Baron Corbin versus Little Yachty at Sunday night's main event. Whatever, I don't care. But are we serious right now? We're having 130-pound Lil Yachty in a match. This is giving major Travis Scott vibes. Obviously, it's not exactly the same. Travis Scott was involved in the biggest heel turn of all time, was involved in the main event of WrestleMania. Look, I just don't see Little Yachty putting on a good match with Baron Corbin. And he said if he lasts 5 minutes, then Trick can get a title shot, but if not, they're done. Like, I'm just not interested in seeing Little Yachty get in the wrestling ring. And the worst part is they're doing stuff like this in the Smackdown mid-card instead of putting guys like Carmelo Hayes there, putting guys like Ilya Dragunov there. They essentially replaced Ilya Dragunov and Carmelo Hayes with Baron Corbin and a Little Yachty match. I mean, I'm just not interested. I could be proven wrong, but I don't think that I will be. But I mean, hey, if Little Yachty goes out there and puts on an incredible match, I'll eat my words. Then we had a scheduled match between Julia and Blake Monroe, and it ended in a no contest. The match never even started. Blake Monroe attacked Julia mid-entrance and just beat her up. And I saw a lot of people complaining about this. Julia should be being treated better, saying we wanted to see this match because obviously these two could put on a banger. But I think if you're a Julia fan like me, you have to take what you can get, and you can interpret this one of two ways. You can interpret it as WWE doesn't care about Julia, which I don't think they do, but you could interpret it as they don't care about Julia and they were just having her get beat up, making her look like a little bitch. Or you could interpret it as they protected both Blake Monroe and Julia. by having neither of them take the pin. Because obviously you don't want to have Blake lose in her debut match, but Julia also shouldn't be taking losses, especially after getting squashed by a Lash legend. And while I want to believe that they were protecting Julia, I think that it's probably just, I don't think they care about protecting Julia at this point. I'd love to be wrong, but I just don't think I am. There was a match between Tiffany Stratton and Lash Legend, and then surprise, surprise, Lash Legend won because of all my ribs from Tiffany Stratton. And then after the match, Nia Jax attacked her, and they were ganging up on her. And then even though Tiffy told Chelsea Green not to come out, Chelsea Green came out, beat both of them up with the kendo stick, making the save for Tiffany Stratton. You know, I think the primary goal of this match was just to further build to the Tiffany Stratton heel turn, because now she might be upset that Chelsea came out and potentially put her title reign in jeopardy because she was trying to help her. You know, just not listening to her. And man, I'm all here for this. I can't wait for Tiffany Stratton versus Chelsea Green. And also a side note, CM Punk and Randy Orton had a backstage segment, and Randy said once he beats Cody, he's going to be coming after CM Punk and number 15. Obviously, would love to see that feud, but that's going to be it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you want, and